I'm sitting here talking to my good friend Mr. Peter Cooper, and I'm proud to say that Peter Cooper has a brand new record out. I shouldn't say brand new because it'll run forever, so I'll just say, hi, I'm Eric Brace, and I'm sitting here talking to my good friend Peter Cooper, and we're talking about his record Mission Door right here that has come out of my own Red Beet Records. I am proud to say you are now in my stable of artists.
Yeah, and it's been rough, but I think it's gonna work out okay.
Those record executives, man, they're awful people.
They're and it's not that they're awful people. It's just an ugly game, Eric, and they get caught up in it.
Yeah, I know. Well, the first thing I love about this record, I don't know if you can zoom in on it, but we've got a little dog here, and I just want to say this is Peter Cooper's dog, Russell, and Russell is a dachshund.
He's a miniature dachshund, which is for people for whom a regular dachshund is just too much dog.
Well, he's about this big.
Yeah.
This is one of the most beautiful records I've ever heard, which is why I said to myself, I've got to get this record out here. And you've got great quotes on here from Mr. Chris Christopherson and Todd Snyder and Tom T. Hall. And did you pay them?
Yeah, actually, you as record company head or wound up paying them, I believe, but it's recoupable. No, I was really actually. You mentioned Todd Snyder, and I owe a lot of this to Todd. He's a guy that lives here in the neighborhood in East Nashville.
Just a beautiful little ways that way.
Beautiful, disheveled East Nashville, and we found out that we were two of the few people staying up all night listening to Bobby Bear records and drinking red wine. And decided to do it together some, and wound up playing guitar some, and he invited me to come on tour with him and open some shows for him, and then was like, well, if you're gonna come on tour and open some shows, you ought to have something to sell, and so we started talking about making a record, and he was a real impetus to me doing that, and wound up singing and playing harmonica on the record as well.
Have you been writing, did you have a whole batch of songs? I mean, this is your debut record. Have you been storing them up all your life? Because you're a music journalist.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you come out with a record and everybody's going, hey, have you been storing up songs all your life?
No, I've been chipping away at songs. You know, some of these songs were 10 years in the making, in the whittling, and I don't think any of them are very old songs. Actually, they're all from within the past few years. This particular batch.
Well,
we'll release the juvenile.
What I love about Peter's songs, they just tell the truth. I mean, when I write songs, and I'm in this band Last Train Home, and we play my songs, and I always feel like there's maybe one little step removed, like I kind of protect myself in there a little bit. Peter is wide open, and he's an inspiration, and so I don't even know how you do it. I mean, who are some of your songwriting heroes?
Well, Christopherson and Tom T. Hall are right up there with anybody, and there's a guy, the only cover songs on the record are from Eric Taylor, who is a not as well known as he should be songwriter, but he wrote these songs All the Way to Heaven and Mission Door, which are just some of my favorite songs ever, and he's a big songwriting influence on me, and the Green Bay Packers have been a big songwriting influence. The guys at Sheboygan Elks Lodge 299.
What's the Wisconsin thing? You're from South Carolina.
Yes.
I know you lived in Northern Virginia. You lived near DC, for a little
bit. Yeah.
Now you're in Nashville. Where does Wisconsin enter into this?
I happened to visit there. I went up to a Packers game. I'd always wanted to go to Lambeau, and I found an entire culture of people devoted to
beer and bratwurst.
Yeah, beer, bratwurst, and talking about football. And I just, for the first time in my life, I felt really accepted. I felt like one of them, and so it was like meeting your real family or something.
You've got a song called Sheboygan on the record,
right?
And about drinking in Sheboygan,
right? Yes, I do.
And they're probably going to play that on all the radio stations in Sheboygan.
I hope so. We're trying to get it on the Elks Lodge jukebox up there. That's the big struggle.
So you're an actual member of the Sheboygan Elks Lodge?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
How'd that happen?
Yes, I am.
It's not some honorary membership. You are an elk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm an elk.
Do you have like a secret code or anything?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret code. But there's a handshake, But
there is. Like there really is.
Yeah. Well, you got to go through the initiation and pay your $165 a year, and then you can find out all about this. And I frankly think it will make you a better person.
Well, I hope to get up to the Sheboygan Elks Lodge someday.
Yeah, we're going up there to tour before too long. Actually, we should do that.
Well, why don't you play a song right now? Why don't you tell us about one of the songs on your record?
Okay. I think let's do one that you sing on when we play it together. I hope you'll sing it. Sing
I
with
would
me
love
on
to.
this one.
I happen to have a guitar right here.
Great. Let's do Andalusia. This is I was listening to a Hank Williams box set, the complete box set, and there's a lot of live performance on there. And you can hear him talking before the songs and introducing the songs. I thought, this guy sounds exactly like my granddad. He talks exactly like my granddad. Well, I did a little research and I found out my granddad used to live in a place called Andalusia, Alabama. And Hank Williams actually got married there. He was living in a trailer and he got married to Audrey in Andalusia, Alabama.
Nice.
He was living there. And so I wound up going there and kind of looking around for ghosts and everything, and wound up with a song about it. But they talk exactly like, you listen to that box set and you know how my granddad talked, which is weird because they didn't sing anything alike at all. My granddad sang like Bing Crosby.
Down like it was gonna cure him, but it didn't cure him. It was poison to him. And Andalusia was just another stop on the circuit. Greenville, Georgiana, when the world was the middle of Alabama. Andalusia, now I'm walking through Andalusia. Spectre looking for the fabric, walking down a hot street straight for the melody. Sounds something like kin to me in Andalusia. My grandmama was from Bay Minette. Granddaddy hadn't met her yet when he saw Hank Williams singing cowboy songs from a flatbed stage on the courthouse lawn, and it was nothing to speak of then. Later on, the old boy made it begging my granddaddy filled a Cadillac tank. 3 years later, when the drifter came through Andalusia, he was walking through Andalusia. He was looking for a barroom fighter, some motel sim. Before he got back on the road again, hell, he was just stopping in to Andalusia. Now they paved over red dirt and there's smooth asphalt where the footsteps were, and it looks a lot like every place I've been. No one I know lives here, haven't in a lot of years, and there ain't been no more like them, like them. Hank Williams died at 29. Granddaddy moved to Caroline. He sold spare parts and old cars, and then he sold auto, home, and life. There's a couple of my heroes right there, they had the same flat drawing, the same hard stare. Look around here, you won't find them nowhere. You go home without the prize. You go home from Andalusia. Now I'm walking through Andalusia, looking for a spectre, I'm looking for the fabric, walking down a hot street straight for a melody. Sounds something like kin to me in Andalusia. No, there ain't no kin to me in Andalusia.
That's Peter Cooper, Andalusia.
Just like that, I think.